I believe the privilege of a lifetime is to become the person that you're truly meant to be. My biggest fear is to be dying on my deathbed and I see two lives. The life that I lived and the life that could have been mine if I didn't let fear control me, if I didn't give up on my dreams, if I didn't give up on myself, if I just pushed a little harder, stood up for myself a little more. That girl. And I think that is literally so scary. Literally. I think in becoming, you have to become the person you're afraid to be. The things that you're afraid to do, you have to do them. I was so afraid of solo traveling. I thought I was going to get kidnapped and sexually assaulted. All the worst case scenarios go through my mind at the beginning. Now I can do it. But 2 years ago when I was thinking about doing it, all I could do to get myself to do it is to think about 5 years from now, that girl that I'm going to be, would she do it? She would, right? So I have to look to her. I have to, in order for me to be her, the girl that I want to be, I need to act as she would right now. She would do it. I'm scared. She's scared. But she didn't let fear control her. She did it. She found a way. And I think that is so important. Become the person who you're afraid to be. Do the things that scare you the most. That life is the best experience. Experience is the best teacher. Do the things that scare you the most. I think an important thing too is to remember to not just only be pure potential. To not convince yourself that you can do anything, which you literally can, but to not work and put in the work or do any work to make that happen. I think that is so easily, we create these ideas in our head about how life could be and what we want. Me specifically, I want to open a bookstore. I have no idea where to start. I don't know anything about running a store. I don't know anything about owning a business. But in my head, I can see it. I can see the bookstore. I can smell the coffee. I can see me sorting out books, helping people, selling books. I can see it in my head, but I don't know where to start. And I can't let ideas comfort me, because in trying new things, there's always resistance. There's always something holding you back when you're trying to become and you're trying to be better. You kind of feel like your life now is kind of like pulling you when you're trying to walk forward. Your life is like pulling you, trying to keep you close, because it's something new, it's something scary, and your brain just doesn't know how to process it. So it wants to keep you safe. It wants to keep you comforted. Me stepping out and trying to open a bookstore is not safe for me. I don't know anything about it, but you can't let ideas comfort you. You can't let ideas keep you in a safe space where your brain always wants to make sure you're safe. That all your brain wants to keep you alive and make sure you're safe all the time. So I think it is important to remember that don't just be pure potential. You have to put in work in order to become. If I want to become a baddie with a six-pack, I have to put in work in order to become. I can't just fantasize having a six-pack. That just ain't gonna work. I wish I could, but that's just not gonna happen. I think what's important to remember in becoming the person that you want to be is your reality can be improved, but your fantasy always ends up in tragedy. Life doesn't go how we plan it to go. And I think we all know that. The way that we see our life, I'm going to do this is going to happen first. I think a good example. First, I'm going to graduate school. I'm going to graduate college at 26. I'm going to get married at 27. I'm going to have a baby at 30. I'm going to buy a house at 29. That don't happen. That literally does not happen to 99% of people. People end up divorced before they buy a house, with the baby before they even marry. Life doesn't happen how we plan, but life can be improved. That fantasy, that movie that you have in your head about how you plan your life, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, that always ends up in tragedy. So I think it's important to have dreams and goals, but not have it print it out in sequence order in your head, because that's literally not what's going to happen. I think in becoming, you realize that the path of self-improvement to become that better person starts with self-acceptance, accepting your reality right now, accepting where your life is, accepting the person that you are. I think that is so important, because no one's going to accept us if we don't accept ourselves. No one's going to love us if we don't love ourselves. Accepting yourself is accepting that I have this bad trait, these 18 good traits and these 19 bad ones, and that is who I am. I may not like what I do, but I accept myself and I'm able to change. That is when you can start working on yourself, accepting that, this is where I am. I feel like we all have a person like split into an unconscious mind and your conscious mind. Think about your unconscious as the person that the parts of yourself that you don't like, and your conscious as the parts that you do like, and the parts that you put out there and you show everybody. But these parts of yourself, the unconscious, is like, that's the part you hide. And I thought you would never be complete unless these, come together. Unless that present self and that shadow comes together, you will never be complete. Because this is not all you. The ones you put out there, the ones you show everybody, the parts of yourself that you love and the parts that you hide, this is not all you have. You still have this. You still got these 5 fingers over here. This is not, you don't only have 5 fingers. I think it's when you put them together and you can realize this is bad, this is good. We need to work on these, but put it together, because you can't be complete. I think this is kind of a bad example, but you can't be complete with just one hand. You need 2 of them. So the path of self-improvement starts with self-acceptance. I accept myself for who I am. I am on a journey of loving myself and becoming. I need to become the person that I need to become. I am not settling for the person that I am. I have the power to change my life, and only I can change my life. I just think at a certain age, I had to realize that, like, nobody's coming to save me. Nobody's coming to change my life. Nobody's coming to do the hard things for me. And a hard thing for me was accepting myself. And my question was like, I'm 23 and I have done a lot of work on myself. Why have I done a lot of work? Just because I didn't like the person that I was, and nobody is coming to change that. I can't just be born again and just, I got all the traits that I want. No, I had to eliminate the traits that I didn't like and build the traits that I did like. And it's so hard. It's literally I feel like it's a process that will never end for the rest of your life. Like, you can work on this and become better at this, but then it's another thing that, may take you 20 years. I feel like it's just a big process that, a never ending process of just becoming better. I think the most important part in becoming that I've learned is, in every day, ask yourself, would you rather fail in reality, or would you rather succeed in hypothetical? Would you rather fail and be able to use that as a tool in real life on what you need to work on, what you're good at, and be able to analyze yourself? Or would you rather succeed 100% in hypothetical, all in your mind? It doesn't make sense. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to become the person that you want to be. I believe in you. I believe in myself that I don't know how I'm going to open a bookstore, but one day I am. In my 20s, I will own a bookstore. That feels so good to say. Oh my gosh. Because it's like, I've been thinking about it for a while, but then the last couple days was like, I can really do this. I can do it. Even if I open a bookstore and I literally do good for 6 months, the next 6 months I fail and I have to close it, that's so much better than never doing it at all, because I was scared. I didn't know where I was going to get the money from. I didn't know who was going to support me. I didn't know how, when, where, or why. That's so much better. I did it. I tried. It didn't work out. Good. But living with that regret of, what if I did this? What if I did that? I could have did this. I could have did. That's not it. That's not how we're going to become. I just think failing in actuality is 100% better than succeeding in fantasy or hypothetical. We all have the power. We have the power to change. We have the power to become. We have the power to change our life. There's nothing you can't do as long as you keep trying and you never give up on your dreams. Never give up. Never give up. I believe that as long as I keep trying and keep coming and keep improving myself, the things that I want out of life can happen for me. They will happen for me. As long as you keep trying, you make it a habit every day to be better, things will come to you. I 100%, there's no way in this world that if we're putting in the time, energy, the money, that if we're investing in ourselves, in our goals and our dreams, and we're working at it daily hard, there's no way that life is not life. There's no way that God is not going to supply it for. There's no way that if you're trying for something so hard, there's no way it's not going to happen for you. You and only you can change your life. You and only you can become the person that you truly want to be. So write down the things that you don't like about yourself, things that you, I want to say don't like about yourself, things that you want to improve on yourself. Pick 5 and work at 5 for the next 5 months. Pick 1 and work at 1 for the next 3 weeks. Do whatever you have to do to become the person you want to, because it's not going to happen by itself. Everything is hard. Being poor is hard. Getting rich is hard. Pick your hard. Settling for the life that you have is hard. Becoming the person that you want is hard. Do you want to stay this person that you are now, or become that person? Everything is hard. Pick your hard. And remember, nobody can do it for you. I think that's so important. Nobody can do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. Don't do it for your mama, your kids. Don't do it for your boyfriend, whatever. Do it for yourself. Nobody can do it for you, and make sure when you're doing it, you're doing it for yourself, because you deserve it. And I hope that this video helped somebody, and remember that I love you and that God loves you. So thank you so much for watching.